Welcome to live stream. In this live stream, we're not really going to be Okay, hold on. We're going to be doing stuff, but there's really no set thing we're going to be doing. We're just gonna be on here, talking, and that's about it. So once you join on here, we're gonna get right into it. I should really, come up with something to say when people aren't on yet, but I know. But then, you know, then I just sit here and say stuff that probably doesn't even need to be said. But, um, yeah, I hope you all are doing well, doing good, and yeah. So I don't really know what to do until people come on. Uh, so I'll just wait for a little bit until people come on. Um, but I don't know. Let's do this. Before we do anything else or say anything else, we are going to have um, opening prayer. So please pray with me. We have important prayer requests, and you know it. So let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. Thank you for the opportunity that we get to, just talk and hear some cool, new, and exciting stuff that's going on, or that they might already know. But please help it all be honoring and glorifying to you. More importantly than anything else, that's all. That's all we want. We want it to glorify and honor you. We ask that it would through what we say and what we do. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. All right. This says at least 2 people, 5 people. Okay, it just keeps going up. How many people are on here? It was 0, then it's 2, then no, it's 5. And somebody liked it. So that's probably all stuff that you really are like, wow, I don't really need to know that. But just that'd be cool, if you knew it. So anyway, with all that, you know, out of the way, let's get to something else that's probably more entertaining to you guys. So, and hey everybody, I see your comments. So I have a question that I'd like you to answer if you want to. You don't have to because that's just how I do things. You don't have to answer stuff if you don't want to. But let's get into it. So, how many of you guys want another song to be released with or whatever within the next few weeks or so? How many of you want that to happen? How many of you, I was just saying, how many of you don't, but does any of you not want a song to release? That'd be interesting to know. Which from Russia. That's interesting. Um, like honestly, can't believe this video is that's only 4 minutes long. Is going somewhere else. That is so cool, and thank you. No, you don't want a song to come out soon. That's kind of what I took from that. Okay, hi guys. You should definitely release a song. Well, with that being said, and I appreciate all of your participation. And so, who is ready? Because you all said well, somebody said no, which is kind of surprising. Um, just get it. Well, actually, kind of is surprising. You are very spontaneous. I'll have to look up what that means at this video. So, I mean, I've heard it before, but I don't know what it means. But those of you, do you like Russia? Yeah, I think it's actually from what I've heard about it and everything. Um, it sounds pretty cool, honestly. If you do release this song, it should be. Not sure what you mean, but let's keep going. For those of you that do want a song to come out, hi, how are you doing? Um, for those of you that do want a song to come out, when do you want it to come out? That's my question. Do you want it to come out? I'm from Iraq and I'm using a translator. That's interesting. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. And for those of you that do want another song to come out, let's try that again. For those of you that do want another song to come out, when do you want it to come out? Now, I'm not saying because this kind of already has a release date, but I'm just trying to see like when you guys would want it to come out. Would you want it to come out this week or next week or months and years from now? Which one would you want it to be? As soon as possible and distribute it to the record base. All right, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Sure. As soon as possible. All right. Anybody else have anything? Like, would you rather it come out, or let it be sooner than later? Well, it's almost like you guys know already, which I don't know how you would, unless I told you. And I don't think I said anything about it to anybody yet, other than all of you. And this is a surprise. And everybody who watches this video this far, all of you will be the only ones that know this. This is a surprise, and I thought to do it this way as like a, like a bonus to watching this video and most of my videos all the way through, which they really aren't that long. But anyway, the thing is, there is a song releasing sooner rather than later. And where are you from? Well, I'd actually prefer not to say that on here, but thank you for the comment. But you see, I just lost my thought. Actually, no, I didn't. I was just joking. Actually, I wasn't, but I thought I did. Okay, here we go. Here's the real, thing. That fact is, there is a song that's not really coming out because it's already out, but it's another version of a song. Well, it's not really another version either. It's practically the same song, only there's something different, the title about it, and it's my collaboration of Hard Times that's coming out again, but that might be disappointing to you guys, or it might not be. But if it is, let me if it's disappointing, I have something that'll cheer you up, maybe. Yes, yes, it was a collaboration, and yeah. If okay, you guys probably want me to be. Plus, I always usually am. To be truthfully honest, my verse in that song didn't sound really good because of the quality of my phone, and that's what I use to record it. But now I know for future reference, don't just use your phone camera app or video. Well, it's the same thing, technically. So okay, so future reference, I'm not going to do that. So we're kind of like a trial and error thing, but there is a version. Well, it's practically the same thing, only it's called the Open Verse Challenge. version. So that's what it is, the open verse challenge version. And I hope you're all excited for it. It just told me something down there. So I have a question for you all. They call it a remix. Yeah, well, yeah. I guess that's what it is rather than a collaboration. Yeah, you're right. Because I feel like a collaboration would be like a song that's not out yet that you and somebody else does, you know, if that makes sense. Um, Maybe I should change it to remix instead of weird thing to put open version challenge. At least now that I think about it. So those of you, no, we're not talking about that. Thank you. Well, we're not talking about that. But any questions that you guys have about anything? Well, respectful, and I really don't want to see mean comments in the comment section. Um, please, uh, they should be able to be done. You know, no mean comments or rude to anybody in the comment section or myself. Exactly. Where did that come from? I'm wondering the same thing because I didn't say anything about that. So, any questions that you guys have for me about about okay, not whatever, not literally everything, anything, but I mean music related or you know anything appropriate, I guess. Um, any questions about anything like that? Feel free to ask them, but hope please don't do anything mean to anybody in the comment section. I will not tolerate it. And let's, you know, try to stay away from talking about things that doesn't really need to be talked about on here. If we could, please, that would be perfect. Or well, not perfect, but it'd be great. So, the four of you that are still on here, do you have any questions or anything you'd like to talk about, music or appropriate related? Yeah. Okay. Now there's six of you. Any of you have anything you'd like to say? The surprise that you guys had no idea about, unless you watch this video, was the fact that there's kind of another version of the remix of Hard Times that who's the person you want to collaborate with? The person I want to collaborate with is actually in this live stream right now. Actually, okay, let me try to figure out, find something here. Let me find it. The person I want to collaborate with, his name is I think his name is Lasered or something. For some reason, I just forgot it. I think that's what it is, though. I do the same thing while speaking. Well, sometimes it's, you know, well, you probably do know. It's kind of, challenging sometimes to think about things that I'm trying to say sometimes. And sometimes I just have so much things in my mind, like right now. And, like, for real, I mean, trust me, it's not memory loss in any way. Um, I know that, but um, what's wrong with you? I'm Iraq and proud. Okay, like I said, can we please not say things that are mean to anybody? Did you understand already? Like I said, let's please refrain from saying things that are not necessary in the comment section, please. So, Mr. Beast. I don't know where that came from. Oh wait, maybe a collaboration thing. Well, that'd be cool though. You know, I don't know how that would happen, but that would be pretty cool. At least I think it would be. So, on these live streams, I really don't come prepared with a lot to say, or, not you. I don't really come prepared with a lot to say, other than like a few topics, and then it just I say it, and then it's like, oh, maybe it could have been said in a YouTube short instead of live stream. Um, but what you think they're calling me? I really don't think there's much, if any, similarities. Um, that's funny though. Um, absolutely, I'm not used to speaking to anybody, so I mess up on my words. I get where you're coming from, for real. Honestly, I do, and and I still think it's funny that that they're calling me Mr. Beast because there's obviously, well, I mean, it's, I don't know, just funny. Um, to me anyway. So let's talk about some other things or any other questions that you guys have, and if there is any, I will go. All right, see you later. Um, you're always welcome to join us again whenever you want. Um, yeah, make sure you come back if you want to. That's always something that I say usually. If you want to do something, you probably know what I mean by that. So, any other things you guys would like to say or talk about? Other than this gnat that keeps around me. Um, so it's gone now. Just in case you're wondering. Um, anything else you guys would like to say or talk about or know? Know as in something that you'd want to know, not N-O. Pretty sure you knew that. But anything else you guys would like to know or to ask or something? But I would like. I've heard some of his songs, Silvers, and they're pretty good. I've actually heard him with, I think, a few other people, like a collaboration or a remix or whatever. I think I've heard some of his songs before. I'm pretty sure, and they're pretty good. Um, just lost my track of thought. That happens a lot though, and I don't know why, but I feel like it happens a lot when I'm just sitting here and then my mind like goes to something else, and then I can't remember what I was going to say before that. Some of you probably know that real well about me because you watch these videos or in general, we have 5 people. Any of you 5 people, anything you'd like to ask or to know or just something you want to say, well, that's appropriate and respectful. That's all I ask. So anything else you guys would like to say? Anything else you guys like to talk about? That kind of thing. Anything? Okay, not anything. Like I said a few minutes ago, but anything appropriate. Music related. Okay, let's talk about music. And this is a question that I think I ask on every live stream, but I think there's new people every live stream. I think you did great. Thanks. Sometimes I feel like I am, and sometimes I feel like I'm not. But reassurance right there. So okay. I'm trying to figure out how to word this question I'm about to ask all of you. Um, so, what is your favorite song? Obviously, that has released because you guys probably have never heard. Well, okay, that's not true. Some of you have, and well, never mind. I probably shouldn't have said that. But how many of you like my song "You Are"? And if you have not listened to it after this video, I'd highly encourage you to go watch it. I mean, listen to it on basically every music platform there is out there, including Amazon Music. Um, the cool thing is, I actually didn't know maybe my songs were on Amazon Music until okay, it's probably been like I don't know, maybe a few months now, but I didn't know that, and when I found that out, I was like, oh wow, that's actually pretty cool. It's not just on YouTube and Spotify or whatever. It's on something like Amazon Music or something, and I thought that was pretty cool. Um, yeah. So, do you guys, if you've listened to it, if not, you don't have to answer this question. But have you guys listened to my song "You Are"? For those of you that have listened to it, do you like it? And is it your favorite song of mine so far that's out? Um, and yeah, is it your favorite? Okay, yeah. Is it your favorite song of mine? Is my song "You Are" your favorite song of mine? Takes a little bit to word figure out a word that sometimes. But it is an original. I thought that was a cover. It's an original, and it might sound like a cover or like somebody else's song, but I actually wrote it. However many months ago that was, probably maybe around not June. Probably it came out in June 19th actually. Um, not May, probably like April or something. So like toward the beginning of the year, I wrote it, and then it released on June 19th. There wasn't a release date for it for a while because, well, I don't think I'm technically allowed to say why yet, um, because of other purposes and reasons. But there wasn't a release date for a while. We've got one, which was June 19th, and yeah, and I love, like, I absolutely love for real. This is like for real. I love that you thought it was a cover because for some reason it makes me feel like that I don't know. It makes me think it's like a better song than at first that I thought it was. Um, because I guess it just did. And so yeah, how many of you guys have listened to my song and it's not one that's out there as much? How many of you guys have listened to my song "I Am Not Alone"? And if you have, which I feel like most more people listen to that than you are, because you could just tell by the statistics and the analytics of the video. There's about 340 people that listen to "I Am Not Alone," and about 205, 204, somewhere around there, that listen to "You Are." And like I always say, well, not always. Well, maybe I do. Um, I don't do it for the views, and I mean, I definitely don't see it get into this, but if it ever does, I don't do it for if there ever will be, which I'm not doubting it, but it's probably a long way off. If there's ever fame involved, I don't do it for that. The only reason why I do what I do, regardless of whatever it is, whether it's music, how I live my life, what I do, all of it is, I try to make everything I do honoring to God, and you know, since we live in the world, obviously we live in the world, right? Because you all know that, and I don't think I really need to explain that, but we all live in the world, and there's sin in the world, and we're not none of us are perfect, and the only person that's perfect is Jesus, is God, and so obviously I sin, right? Like every day, and you can't just stop sinning, right? Um, because you live in the world, this is, you're born into this world, and it's, a sinful place, and so yeah, so I don't do it for that reason. I don't do it for the fame, or if there ever would be fame, I don't know, but if there would ever be, that's not why I do it. And I also don't do it for the views. Other than I want somebody, at least one person, to come to know Jesus through my songs and my videos. That's it. That's the only reason why I would care if anybody watched my videos. And if they didn't and they just sat there and had no views, I wouldn't. I mean, God's time is perfect and He's never late. Listen to You Are. That said, in You Are, my song You Are. You're always on time. And if you know that, if you've listened to the song, you know that it says this. This is probably one of the best parts of the whole song. Um, when it says, "You're always on time. You are never late. Always on time. Your timing is perfect. And I know that you are still here." Sometimes when we feel alone, sometimes when we feel like we're trapped or something, and whatever it is, whatever situation, there is no situation bigger than God. And you are not ever alone. Listen to my song. Well, this is not meant to be, advertisements for my songs or anything, but everything I say, I think, lines up with one of my songs, right? I mean, I'm doing that on purpose either. But I think for those of you that feel alone, I think you should listen to my song, "I Am Not Alone." The title, "I Am Not Alone." We're not alone. We're never alone. And because we're not, because God's with us. And wherever we go through life, whatever it is, like literally whatever it is, you don't have, I mean, you might feel alone, but just know you're not alone. You might feel like the whole world's against you, or things just aren't falling into place that you thought they would. Maybe your plans aren't going how you thought they would. Just know God's timing is perfect, and He's always on time, and He's never late, and that God's plan is perfect and better for us and our lives than anything we could ever think to do with our lives. The best place to be is in the center of God's will. And when you're there, you'll know you're there. And it's the best place to be. It really is. So hopefully somebody got touched by that. Um, Hopefully, I'm really hoping. And okay, the gnat's back, or the fly, or whatever it is. So, any more things you guys would like to say as regard to music, or questions you might have about other songs that are not released yet? If you have questions about stuff like that, this is where you hopefully would be asking those questions. Um, yeah. So, any more questions or anything you guys would like to say? If you would like to reach out on here about how if anything I just said touched you or whatever, this is a space for that. This is the time you can do that. Now, let me be clear. For those of you that kind of like to just sometimes cause trouble, I think we all know that some people do that. But if you're just scrolling through your YouTube and you find this video, please do not cause trouble with what anybody says in the comment section. I'd like to be kind and nice and, hear what people have to say and not be judgmental. So, toward them or anybody for that matter, within reason. We're not supposed to judge. Okay, there's a right and a wrong way to judge, and I don't want anybody judging what anybody says on this comment section about how if any of this that I've said has touched them in any way, and if it has, glory to God, it's nothing to do with me. Um, yeah, and if you'd like to say something, you know, if you have any questions about, I don't know, maybe unreleased songs, uh, and things like that, then you can ask those questions if you'd like. And it's hard for me to believe, which I don't know why it's hard for me to believe this, but we've been on here for like 30 minutes now, and that seems like a long time to me. Probably because I'm trying to figure something out, find something to say. Um, but anyways, anything you guys would like to know about my music or unreleased songs, um, or anything like that? And if so, I'd love to answer and read, hear questions if you'd like to put them. But if you don't want to put them, that's completely fine. I understand that. Um, so yeah, whatever you guys want to do. If you guys want to be done, we can be done. If you don't want to be done, then we don't have to be done. But if you have any questions or anything, let me know. Put it in the comment section, and we'll talk about it. If you have any questions about the Bible, put those too. Um, I'd love to, talk about that kind of stuff. Talk about music, unreleased songs. There's a reason why I keep repeating that, by the way. Um, so there's a reason why I keep repeating the unreleased songs part. But and I'm probably just gonna say something about it, even if nobody asks a question about it, because it's exciting, kind of. Well, actually, it is exciting. So So anything you guys would like to know or to ask, or if you have any questions about the Bible, I'll try to answer all these questions to the best of my ability. So anything you guys would like to say, ask questions, whatever. Okay, not whatever. With the limits of what I've already said, let's please be respectful, not say anything inappropriate, or or be rude to anybody um, that says something in the comment section, because I don't like when people say something rude in the comment section, and especially to somebody else. If it's to me, it's kind of like, whatever. But if it's to somebody else in the comment section, I don't really care for that too much. So let's please be respectful and make everybody, or not make everybody, let everybody say what they're going to say. So, that being said, the two of you that are still in this video, thank you for sticking with me this whole time. Even though I probably keep saying the same thing over and over and over. But let me know. Anything you'd like to say, anything you'd like to ask, anything you'd like to know, about the Bible, about music, about, well, unreleased songs is music. So anything you'd like to know about the Bible, or questions you might have, or music, or anything like that. So anything to that extent, what would you like to know or say? And even if it's just hi, you can say that too. Um, so yeah, anything you'd like to say or whatever. I know I keep repeating that, but I don't know what else to say. And yeah, so that's why I keep repeating myself over and over and over and over. And I see that I definitely need to prepare more next live stream, before next live stream, to say different things, to say, or to have other things to say rather than just the same thing over and over. But you guys by now are probably used to that, because I've done I don't know how many of these, and I feel like that's a repetitive thing that happens. I just say it's basically the same thing every time too. If you have anything you'd like to say, whatever. And eventually it gets to the point where nobody says anything and I just end the video. If that's what happens, that's fine with me. Um, and so anything you guys would like to say at all, and if there is, please let me know. Right now, I'm just looking on my, emails. So, anything you guys would like to talk about, ask? I know there's two of you still here with me, and anything you guys are like 3 people now. Anything you guys would like to know, to ask, or should we just end the live stream right now? And if you don't want me to end the live stream right now, you guys know the drill. If you guys don't want me to end the live stream right now, then because if we keep the live stream going and nobody says anything, then it's just going to be a lot of people when they rewatch this saying, well, if you guys have any questions, or hearing that. So I'm not going to say it. I don't want to say it again because then it'd be too repetitive. So, waiting. I am waiting for somebody to say something. And, yeah, I guess this is what I'm doing for now. If it gets to be about like 20, we're way past 20. If it gets to be 40 minutes and nobody said anything, then I think I'll have to end the live stream. But if you have anything you want to say, let me know in the comment section, and I'd be glad to answer any question you have. Well, you know what I mean, with the limits of what I've already said. So, anything you guys would like to talk about, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say this because nobody's not to be rude at all, like period, but not to be rude at all. I know I just said that again, but I really don't mean to be rude with this, but I'm gonna say this because I really want to talk about this, and so I'll just talk about it instead of explaining why I'm talking about it. So there is, and I assume I'm allowed to talk about this because you're all going to know eventually. Well, you're all going to know eventually about it anyway, though. And I don't think I'm supposed to say something in the past about it. But anyway, I am going to say this. There's a song that is not coming out necessarily soon, though, but I'm just going to tell you about it. So, and the only thing I'm going to tell you about is the name of the song, so that shouldn't be a problem. But if it is, I'll know about it eventually because somebody will tell me. And so anyway, the name of a song was coming out, who knows when, because I don't even know when yet, because it's not done. But it's pretty cool in my opinion, and it's called Praise the Lord. That's it. That's all I can say. But I'm hoping that you guys will like the song, and from the sounds of it, You probably don't know what type of song it is, but I can't say that either. Yet. And once more details come with that, then I will. But anyway, I can't right now. So, I don't know what else to talk about. Do you guys have anything you would like to talk about? And if you do, I highly recommend you put it in the comment section and push the send button. So that way I can see it. Because if you don't do that, then I won't see it. And therefore, we won't be able to talk about it. So anything you guys would like to talk about or discuss, or maybe you have a question about music, whatever, my music or whatever, or maybe you have a question about the Bible, or maybe you just want to know something, or maybe you just want to hear a Bible story, maybe you want to have a Bible Q&A, maybe with the two of you that are still here. But I mean, I get that it's kind of getting late-ish. So if we want to end, we can. It's up to you, though. Well, or if nobody says anything, I'm just going to end it. But if it's up to you for now. If somebody says something, it's going to make it go longer. Even if you just say hi or, not really a thumbs up. But really, if you just say hi or something, that would even help the live stream go farther and have something for us to talk about or to discuss. Right now, I am really debating on whether I should end live stream or keep it going. It's up to you, though. What do you want me to do for now? Until a few minutes from now. So anything you guys like to say? There is 3 of you now. 1 new person. Anything you would like to know about anything biblically related, or you just left. So anything you guys like to know? I know there's at least 2 of you still watching this video. So anything you guys like to know at all about music or anything like that, just let me know. And I'd be glad to answer questions. Or whatever else, if you say hi, I'll say hi. But if you have anything you'd like to discuss, to talk about, to ask, I highly recommend you put it in the comment section. Because it's the only way I'll ever know about it. And it's the only way I'll ask the question. And if you want me to see it, that's the only way you'll be able to. That's the only way I'll be able to answer your question, is if that's the case. If you ask, or if you don't have a question, you just have something you want to say. Same thing. The only way I'll ever know about it is if you what? Put it in the comments. So, future reference, note to self, whatever. Come with more prepared next live stream for me. Definitely. Speaking of, well, not really speaking of, so any of you that is watching right now in this live video, it's not really going to be able to be for those, well, unless you put a comment section of this video. But anyway, for those of you that are watching live right now, have any of you guys ever listened to my song, You're Always There? And if you did and you noticed, it kind of has some help with the AI. How's it going? Which you probably know most everything about my music. So you probably don't have any questions about that. But is there anything you would like to say, Daniel? Is there anything you'd like to say? Or anything like that? And if there is, like I said, make sure you put it in the comment section, because if not, I will never know. And Yeah. So make an album. That's a good idea. The only reason why it kind of made me laugh is something that I can't say right now. For the other, I mean, Daniel already knows, but for those of you that don't know, I can't say right now why it makes me laugh. Um, just because I can't. And yeah, so if you guys didn't know this, this is gonna be kind of like a this is gonna kind of like a shout out for make another song. Yeah, that's the truth. You're right. Make another song. You know. Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna give something away, and I probably should just stop talking about that for now. But for those of you, Daniel, well, Daniel obviously already knows this, but and so do I. But so those of you that are on here, you might not know this. Daniel is actually my manager and the person who does basically everything with. I'm trying to track you. Um, Daniel is the person that actually Daniel is basically the reason why I have songs on YouTube or anywhere for that matter. If it was up to me, if those of you that's been here for this long, if you've seen those songs that I called songs that weren't actually songs actually for real, actually they were, but they weren't, if that makes sense. Those of you that saw, you know, the black background and the white words on the screen, that's me doing it by myself. Ever since I am not alone until you are, Daniel is the reason why those have really good soundtracks and that they sound as good as they do. Because I don't have all the, you know, the equipment and everything else. So Daniel is the person that does that um, for me, and he's actually the person that basically works on my songs. You know, the only thing that I really do. Okay, this is going to be kind of like a truth moment here. And he charges you $2,000 a month. Um, uh, um, oh boy, I just lost my thought. Okay, never mind. This is gonna be like a truth moment. If it wasn't for Daniel, okay, that's not what I meant to say. I already said that. Let me focus here a little bit more than I am. Um, yeah, I charge you 2,000 a month for the help, right? Well, if so, I haven't been paying it. Um, and I don't know. I forget. I don't really know. Maybe it's. I think it's been about a year. No, well, I don't know, something like that you've been helping me, and yeah, this is a truth moment. Ready? The only thing I do for my songs, um, the only thing that I do for my songs is the vocals. Everything else Daniel does. Um, so so anything else we'd like to talk about or say or anything else like that? Yeah, you're in debt by like 24,000. It's been a year. I knew it's been a year. Well, I kind of figured it was a year. So, anything else you guys would like to say, or anything else? And by the way, the thing about the whole in debt by like 24,000, I'm pretty sure, and I actually know that's a joke because he said he'd do it for free, actually. And yeah, welcome to the live stream. Um, for those of you that just joined. I understand what you're talking about, but I'm definitely not the best at it either. About at making music at all, actually. Sometimes I feel like I don't have any ideas. When it comes to lyrics and stuff like that too. Um, but yeah. Well, I think we're gonna end this for tonight. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day, guys, or a great night, guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great night, guys. I keep messing up. Have a great night.